So before we started our topic about nitrogen pollution and the nitrogen cycle, did you all know that we actually contributed to the nitrogen pollution? Did you all know? Yeah. Okay, so thumbs up if you know. You knew before we started.
So in class we crumpled up a piece of paper and we colored in the ridges to resemble the mountains in the Chesapeake Bay watershed, and we sprayed water on it to make the water flow down the mountains into the Chesapeake Bay to show how nutrient pollution comes closer together towards the bay as it leaves the mountains.
Is it totally bad to have nitrite, nitrates, and ammonia in the water?
I think it's not all that bad. If there's too much, then it is bad because it contributes to algae growth.
So my idea for the Capstone project is we can reduce what's already been going to the Chesapeake Bay, but we can lower the amount that is going into Chesapeake Bay. And we contribute a lot at home. And my friends was thinking a lot of ideas. So we're going to plan a way to dispose, a device that disposes these items such as detergent, soaps, and other household cleaning items that contain nitrogen and phosphorus.
We designed what we call the STEM Capstone Challenges. Our students are working for 26 weeks, once a week, on designing a solution that will reduce or prevent nitrogen pollution from reaching the Chesapeake Bay. And so they're thinking about and doing research right now on all of the various forms of nitrogen pollution and how they reach the bay. Over the 26 weeks, they really go through the engineering design cycle. So after their research, they'll come up with a design, and then they'll build it, and then they'll test it, and they'll see what worked and didn't work. Then they'll go back and they'll fix it and improve upon it until they have a final solution.
We had the idea to use plants for the bin and to let that grow with absorbing all the nitrogen. And then that's when we just had to make a filter, and the bin is basically our filter to get the clean water.
So we're basically remodeling the waterway that's in the harbor, and we're going to remodel it, but we're also going to use nitrate reducer and bio-balls to filtrate the water.
And a couple of months ago, we weren't really familiar with the topic, so we went on quite a few different sites, like the Chesapeake Bay Foundation. We kept taking notes and we kept taking points from it, and now we're really familiar with the topic, so that's how we came up with our prototype, which is kind of like Mr. Trash Wheel from the Inner Harbor, so that's where that idea came from.
Now, after a couple of months, we have changed our plans and mechanisms due to the fact that we didn't have an efficient way to prove how much we would reduce via the household items, so we reduced to filter the water instead. And after a lot of research, we found out that we can use sources of minerals to reduce the water, such as sand, salt, and charcoal. There's a lot of other stuff, but that's the top two we chose. We depend on the Chesapeake Bay for a lot of stuff, such as food, and if we don't prevent nitrogen for it to be spread out and polluted, if we don't prevent it, then our future sources of food is going to be depleted, and which is going to harm us, and we don't want that. So in order to prevent us being harmed in the future, we are stopping it now.